As the movie starts, a ghost named the Gentleman is robbing a bank. The Teen Titans soon arrive to stop him, but their weapons just go harmlessly through him. He manages to enter Robin and then Starfire, but when attempting the same trick on Raven, she turns into a dark monster and defeats him. The teens find her powers awesome, but she is not amused, since she is half monster and her powers are uncontrollable. Later that night, Raven enters her consciousness where she finds a cracked red diamond and a monster scares her, and she wakes up. She also gets a visit from his father named Trigon, who reveals that the gem on her forehead contains her inner monster. He also warns her that the more she uses her powers, the more the monster will come out and eventually consume her. Meanwhile, Robin puts on a virtual reality headset in the living room, playing a stimulating game of him beating up his evil clone. His game is disturbed by Cyborg and he is quite irritated and decides to brag himself, though the others prefer Raven's level up. However, after Cyborg shows them his shoulder toaster and says toast mode, a portal is opened out of nowhere and the Titans are abducted by the Master of Games, a being who explores the multiverse to find the best versions of every hero. He shows them the different versions of Earth and reveals his Warlagog, which is an artifact he uses to determine which is the strongest version of the different heroes. He places them inside the fighting arena with fans all around, where he pits them against their other version of taller and more serious Titans from a different Earth, who only agreed to fight to save their world from being destroyed by the game's master. As the fight starts between the two teams, small Robin gets eliminated first, and he is followed by Cyborg. The two Starfires decide to do a thumb war, and a smaller Starfire wins, and the taller one is eliminated. Both Beast Boys get eliminated too, following by Starfire, who is also kicked out later. This leaves small Raven against the other three serious Titans. Raven tries to quit the fight, but Games Master prevents her, claiming there is no quitting. This angers Raven as her gem cracks and she turns into a large monster. She attacks and defeats two of the other team, but the taller Raven realizes the Master of Games is siphoning her energy, and she manages to chant a spell, and Raven reverts back to normal. The serious Titans attack the Master of Games, but he reveals his true self after transforming to Trigon. Trigon then uses Raven's energy to resurrect his other, bigger version of Trigon, but he is not fully recovered. The two Trigons kidnap the Ravens and escape, leaving the place to explode while the remaining Teen Titans also find their way out. The two Starfires convince the two Titans teams to put aside their differences and work together, and they sing a song after which they all agree to work together. Meanwhile, the Trigons reveal their plans to take over the multiverse. They plan to first use small Raven's powers to fully recover the giant Trigon, but Raven refuses. Raven tricks the Trigons into ordering soda to quench his thirst, and when he does, they escape when large Trigon holds the soda, and they head to taller Raven's Earth. Later, taller Robin, who also likes to think of himself as a leader, deduces that the Trigons are using a Warlagog from their Earth to travel between dimensions, so they need a Warlagog from this dimension, which the small Titans realize belongs to Santa Claus. The taller teams find it a joke, but they are taken all the way to the North Pole, where Santa's candy shop is located, to find Santa Claus. They find Santa, but they trip his alarm trap, and he reveals he always knew one day they would come for the Warlagog, and so he was prepared. Santa then unleashes his secret weapon, his wife Megan, who puts up a fight with them. Elsewhere, small Raven reveals to taller Raven that she would be willing to let go of her powers just to feel normal again. But tall Raven says she controls hers by being with her normal friends. The Titans manage to take the Warlagog from Megan, and they create an interdimensional portal, but Santa and Megan follow them inside. The Titans mistakenly travel into different Earths where they meet different versions of themselves, and they eventually lose the attacking Santas in one of the worlds. The Trigons finally find the Ravens, and large Trigon siphons small Raven's powers, and he completely heals, leaving Raven without powers. However, just then, the Teen Titans arrive and find small Raven, but she claims she feels super happy without her powers. Giant Trigon complains to small Trigon for his silly mistakes, and even allowing the Titans to find the other Warlagog while holding him. This upsets small Trigon, and he immediately swallows up big Trigon, and he transforms into a giant with 4 hands, who now calls himself Hexagon. Fortunately, the Titans didn't come alone this time. Robin brings in multiple other versions of the Teen Titans who they met from the different worlds using their Whirligog. The Titans all launch attacks on Trigon, but he defeats them. The Ravens then figure out that they will have to get the gem on Trigon's head, which is Raven's powers. To begin with, Raven has to first consume the other Raven's powers, and she transforms into a giant monster named the Unkindness, who is probably powerful enough for Trigon. While Raven and Trigon are fighting, the Titans launch small Robin, who attacks and destroys Trigon's Whirligog. Trigon cracks the gem on his gem, and Raven manages to pull her powers out of him, helped by the team. Trigon then falls down as his smaller self, and small Robin uses their Whirligog to trap him in a different dimension where there are zombie Titans. Raven also manages to control her powers, and she reverts back to normal as her team embraces her. The other Titans return to their respective worlds, and Robin thanks them for saving the multiverse. The two remaining Titan teams finally embrace each other and say goodbye before the smaller Titans return to their Earth. The Teen Titans return to their fresher Earth, where Robin is super relieved about the crossover event they just handled, since there won't be another one for a whole year. However, just then, a large portal opens up, and a supervillain named Darkseid enters their world with an army from Apocalypse, asking them to prepare to be obliterated. However, they refuse to battle him due to being exhausted, and the film ends. In the post-credits scene, the Teen Titans are resting at their headquarters, ignoring Darkseid's attack in their world. Cyborg peeks outside and reports to his teammates that the attackers are building a tower, which sends a laser into the sky. They're also opening a portal over the city, which brings in more invaders, and the thrilling film comes to an end. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.